Welcome to the Owning Your Sexual Self podcast. I'm your host, Rachel Main, awesome wife and dog mom for life. I'm a sex therapist turned sex coach, and I run a successful business selling relationship enhancement products. I absolutely love talking about all things sex. So you can expect this podcast to explore all things related to women's sexual health because that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you discover and embrace what brings you pleasure so that you can own your sexual self. If that sounds good to you, then keep listening and let's fucking do this. Hi everyone, welcome back. Another episode. I sing in the beginning of every single episode, don't I? I now have learned that. So, hello. If you checked out the title of this podcast, you are probably one of my people that are in this energy loving world. Maybe you already know what chakras are. Maybe you've heard the word chakra and you're like, what is this? I need to learn more about it. And you might be wondering, like, what does this have to do with sexuality? Y'all, I am on a mission. I'm working on a new program. I'm excited. It's going to be something based around sacred sexuality, bringing in my world of energy healing when I've been doing the Reiki practices and the women's circles and all the woo and daily practices that I do, bringing that into the space of sexuality. So this is kind of the start of that, start of dipping the toes in the water and getting this out there publicly and starting to share this information with you all, because it has truly just been just such a divine part of my life this past year and learning more about all of this. So chakra basically means like wheel or disc, and it refers to the specific points of energy centers that are in our body. So there are hundreds of chakras that are located in our body, but typically you see 7 main chakras, right? So you think of the person that is sitting, usually if you see this in in social media or posts and things like that, you see a person sitting kind of in like that yoga pose, and then you see these basically different colors going up their body. So these 7 chakras that I'm going to be covering, again, I'm going to cover like the main 7. You have your root chakra, which starts right at the base of your pelvis area. So you have your root chakra, and then right above that, so about 2 inches below the navel, below your belly button, is your sacral chakra. Then 2 inches above the belly button, kind of like right in the middle of your abdomen, right underneath your breastbone, is your solar plexus. Then if you go to the middle of your chest, this is where your heart chakra is. Then as you're traveling up, you have your throat chakra. You have your third eye chakra, which is right at the center of your forehead, right in between your eyebrows. And then you have your crown chakra, which is basically right at the tip of your head. And chakras are believed to be responsible basically for keeping the balance of a person's spiritual, mental, physical, and emotional health. All of your chakras need to be open and unblocked. So my work now as a Reiki practitioner is taking people through a chakra balancing ritual, essentially. So having your chakras open really helps keep that energy flowing freely inside your body and keeping all those chakras working properly. You know, many times if we're experiencing stress in our life, whether that's inside or outside the body, our chakras can become blocked, and in result then start to manifest things like physical, emotional, or even spiritual issues. This is why knowing how to naturally unblock your chakras is so important. So again, there are literally hundreds, 114 chakras to be exact, but those 7 main chakras we're covering today are root, sacral is my favorite, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, and crown chakra. So you might be wondering, like, how do I know if one of my chakras is blocked? You can use these simple questions that I pulled from the EOC Institute, and this is basically like a quick test for you to be able to go through and ask yourself. So I would recommend you doing is in a journaling process. So first, we're focusing on the root chakra. Questions for this: do you feel grounded? Are you physically healthy? These are 2 questions that you can dive a little deeper into your journal and answer them for yourself. Now, here's the thing too with this. You need to be honest, right? You need to have this brutal honesty with yourself right now. You're not journaling, you're not writing down what you think other people want to hear or what even yourself wants to hear. Like, this is the time to truly be honest with yourself and what it is that you're feeling. This is the time to go within. Your second question, so focusing on the sacral chakra, answering these questions. Do you have abundance in your life? Are you an emotionally balanced person? Are you comfortable expressing yourself sexually? See why I said sacral is my favorite. Sacral is your space of sexuality and pleasure and creativity and all of the things that I love, love, love so much. So do you see how this is making sense? Like how I get to this program that I'm working on, get to bring these 2 worlds together. I'm so excited. All right, your third chakra, your solar plexus. Do you have a high degree of self-esteem? Are you confident? These are questions that you can go into again and allow yourself that vulnerability to journal these out. For your heart chakra, do you have love in your life, such as friends, family, or a significant other? Are you emotionally connected to others and or have a strong social network? Next, for your throat chakra, do you communicate your thoughts to others well? Do people consider you articulate? The throat chakra, it will always hold a special place in my heart. When I had my very first Reiki session is when I was told that my throat chakra during that session was blocked. And this was years ago before I even, knew really what chakras were or anything. And, I heard about a Reiki session and my husband's aunt is a Reiki practitioner. And so I thought, I was going through some depression, some anxiety at the time. And I thought, why not give this a try? My therapist at the time actually recommended it. My therapist at the time was more of a holistic approach type of person. So it wasn't, hey, go get on these meds, go do this, this, and this. Like I just appreciate her so much. So I learned that my throat chakra was blocked. And I just remember breaking down in tears in this session. I could not know why. Thoughts of my grandma who's passed came up during that session. Just a really, really profound time of my life, like looking back and thinking what really the meaning of this session was. And then fun fact, a couple months after having this session is when I launched my podcast. So really expressing this throat chakra here actually every week as I come and share these episodes with you. So next questions for your third eye. I also love the third eye chakra. This is your chakra of intuition and seeing the future and being connected with higher power and all that good stuff. So third eye chakra questions for you. Do you intuitively just know certain things without being taught beforehand? Are you wise? Are you a deep thinker? Do you have a well-developed mind's eye? This is so fun. Like, so fun. I love when I'm doing Reiki sessions on people and I get over their third eye and that energy just it just bursts through them, through that energy field. It is incredible. So I immediately know these people when they get on my table. Like I know who these intuitive people are. I know these people that can, almost have like quote unquote psychic abilities really. Yeah, very cool. All right, then your seventh chakra, the last one on here that we're covering today, your crown chakra. Do you understand your spiritual connection to all that exists? Are you able to recognize your inner and outer beauty? So if you answered no to any of these previous questions, or if you weren't really able to journal too much into them, if you kind of felt stumped on some of these, most people have a few chakras that are blocked at that time. And sometimes this happens like when one chakra is blocked, the others are trying to compensate for that blockage. So that's why it's important to know what each chakra controls, which is what we're diving into today. So the root chakra is, again, the first chakra, base of the spine, located right at the tailbone. In your life's journey, your root chakra is essentially responsible for your security and your safety. It is your chakra of feeling grounded, of feeling one with the earth, of feeling centered in life. The your root chakra is really concerned with your basic needs, like including your food, your water, your shelter, your health, your wealth, emotional needs. It is responsible for feeling that self-grounded and the feeling or action of self-preservation. It is, again, your chakra of oneness. This is the chakra that it basically creates this solid foundation to open all the other chakras by having a balanced root chakra. So really, the root chakra, somebody's probably going to yell at me for saying this, but the root chakra essentially kind of is the most important chakra. You really want to pay attention to this one, because again, if the root chakra is off, that energy is flowing upwards, then the others might be like a little wonky. All right. So it really is important for you to first balance the root chakra so that you can make sure you're getting a good flow, peaceful balance throughout life. And from the physical aspect, your root chakra regulates your lower back, your adrenal glands, your blood, your skeleton, your feet, knees, hips, teeth, nails, rectum, spine. It affects all of these things. So if your root chakra is unbalanced or blocked, you may be experiencing things like anxiety, fear, having nightmares, feeling just lost in life, like you don't really have a purpose, you're not really sure where you're going. You may become stuck in a situation in which you feel like you'll not get out of it. You can feel weak or tired, unmotivated, depressed, frustrated even. So some people can even experience pain in the lower back or the leg. And this, when I was sitting in this Reiki class in May, I remember her talking about this, and my massage practitioner is also Reiki certified. And I remember her saying like something's going on in the root there. Like, I'm not sure, but something's going on in the root. And, I am someone I talked about this recently, like struggling with anxiety for most of my adult life. And only recently, in the past few months, since practicing Reiki on myself, doing chakra balancing meditations pretty much daily, some sort of meditation every single day, this is really where I've started to experience less anxiety symptoms. I do still have some lower back pain that I'm trying to figure out, like having some sciatic nerve pain often. So then, that really could be from workouts, sleeping. It could be many things, but it definitely has helped to, again, just come to that breath work, come to that practice, come to putting focus and attention and nourishing these different parts of the body. So, nourishing the root chakra by eating red vegetables, cutting carbs and adding in protein, eating foods that can be easily digested, like fruits and vegetables, taking in small portions of food, giving yourself time to relax, going to the spa, getting a manicure, pedicure, pampering yourself. These are all great things to be able to nourish your body. Seeing the color red, even so, having red crystals near you, wearing red, anything really associated with the color red is going to be a good way to nourish your root chakra. Spending time in the sun, remember, grounded, so being outside, feeling like you're a part of nature, dancing, moving your body, feeling into that rhythm helps keep your body flexible and keeps that energy moving and emotion moving through. Going on a walk, again, things in nature, your affirmations, even for your root chakra. Affirmations is one of the easiest ways to balance any sort of chakra. Repeating them, and especially I always recommend like getting in front of a mirror and doing that left eye to left eye and saying these affirmations to yourself. These ones specifically are for your root chakra. I am safe. I am blessed. I am beautiful. I can achieve whatever I want. I am releasing all the negative energy with every breath. I have everything which I desire. The universe is with me. I'm releasing all fear, and I feel nurtured. Yoga is another great thing to incorporate if you're trying to balance your root chakra. Poses that are really good specifically for unblocking the root chakra are the tree pose, lotus pose, head to a forwarding knee bend, and the garland pose. Now, as we said, this is a crystals and chakra podcast. So these crystals that are associated with your root chakra. So when I do my meditations, I practice with crystals. So if I'm trying to practice and trigger a certain chakra, I will get stones. I will use stones and crystals that are associated with that chakra. So your chakra for your root is garnet, goldstone, red jasper, smoky quartz, black tourmaline, bloodstone, hematite, obsidian, onyx, fire agate, ruby. Okay, so thinking again, those red stones, red jasper and black tourmaline are my favorite to practice with the root. Okay, perfect. So when you got that balanced root chakra, you're able to just manifest better. You have better health, wealth, abundance, peaceful relationships, and overall peace in your life. You'll feel more focused, giving attention to your work. You're able to live in present life rather than worrying about the past or the future. You're not really feeling distracted or having negative feelings, or, you're just feeling those good vibes. You're able to manifest stability in your life, and you're able to have a strong trust in whatever it is that you believe in: God, spirit, higher power, divine, universe, whatever it is. All right, now you have the sacral, my favorite chakra. So sacral chakra is associated with the color orange. And actually next week on the podcast, I brought a guest on, Maria, who is my Reiki trainer. This is who hosted the class and the training that I went to get Reiki certified. Love Maria so much. So she's coming on the podcast next week, and we're talking all about the sacral chakra. So we're not going to dump too much into it today, but the sacral chakra, again, is known as your social chakra, your creation, your sex, your pleasure, your sensuality, your passion, everything. All of those things are located into your sacral chakra. Overall enjoyment of life is dependent on this chakra. So it really does play an active role in sexuality, and it helps you express your needs and your desires in your sexual life. Sacral chakra is also associated rather with the flow. So think of water. Water is the element of your sacral chakra. So thinking of water, right? You have that flexibility, freedom of expression, the flow. This chakra is all about your fantasies, your intimacy, healthy relationships, pleasure, emotions, feeling. When it comes to the regulation point of the sacral chakra, this is regulating your ovaries and your testes, kidneys, bladder, prostate, pelvis, body fluids, adrenal glands, large intestines, and then lower back and sacrum. So if you have a unbalanced sacral chakra, you might be experiencing issues with reproduction. This was a big one. Like people that are facing infertility issues, doing some sacral chakra practices could really help and just maybe turn things around for you. You might be someone that's experiencing UTIs or pain during intercourse or chronic lower back pain. You might feel detached from yourself as a person, or maybe you have low sexual interest low interest basically in sexual activities, or maybe you feel oversensitive. It could also be difficult for you to express creativity or express your needs or expressing sexual desire. You will be physically and emotionally weak if your sacral chakra is imbalanced. So you may worry about or have a fear of losing a relationship or losing control in a relationship. Again, all of these things, like back to relationships, pleasure, sexuality, all of these things, sacral chakra. So balancing the sacral chakra, if you are feeling emotionally unstable, fearful of change, blocked in your creative process, your sacral chakra could be out of alignment. Your sacral chakra is also the direct link to your inner child. So doing things that make you feel fun, doing things that are fun for you, coloring, dancing, spending more time in nature, spending time by water specifically if you can, taking baths, eating foods that are the color orange, eating or wearing the color orange, meditation, journaling. All of these things are going to help feed your sacral chakra. Affirmations for this chakra. I am living a very joyful life. I celebrate my sexuality and embrace it. My creativity is flowing through my body freely and I'm happy with it. I attract the people who love me and accept me just the way I am. I am enjoying my sex life. I happily accept sensuality in my life. Now, your stones for the sacral chakra. You have tiger's eye, orange tourmaline, moonstone, amber, carnelian, goldstone, tangerine quartz, sunstone, and coral. Tiger's eye is one of my favorites for the sacral chakra. I love tiger's eye. I actually have a bracelet that is all tiger's eye, and I adore it. So, if you have a balanced sacral chakra, you are feeling confident and you will blossom as a person. Balancing this chakra will create more creativity and pleasure and abundance and wellness and sensitivity into your life. You will be able to accept the challenges and believe in the go with the flow mentality. You won't feel regret or depression when your sacral chakra is open. You will see a big dream and you'll be able to fulfill your greatest desires. Now, next is your solar plexus chakra. This is the third chakra in the human body, and again, located just 2 inches above your belly button. This is associated with the color yellow, just like the sun. Your solar plexus controls your metabolism and your digestive system and is responsible for your personality, your personal choice, your freedom, your self-esteem, and your power of transformation. I love the solar plexus chakra too for all my people that are out there doing personal development work and self-help and things like that. You got goals, you're goal driven. Balancing that solar plexus chakra, using these stones, doing these practices are so good. So all my entrepreneurs out there, solar plexus chakra is probably your jam. So your solar plexus regulates your pancreas, the stomach, the liver, the spleen, gallbladder, small intestines, abdomen, sternum, and back. So if your solar plexus is unbalanced, it can create digestion issues or even gastric problems, heartburn, nausea, loss of appetite, and stomach problems. In terms of emotional problems that you might see, an unbalanced solar plexus can make you feel insecure, have a lack of confidence, give problems with low self-esteem, manifesting anger issues. You may also face difficulties in making decisions, or you may feel unbalanced in your life. Simply you just may not be overall satisfied with your life or your lifestyle if your solar plexus is unbalanced. So if you feel currently symptoms of stress, lack of confidence and self-esteem, not having enough willpower, it could mean that your solar plexus chakra is imbalanced or blocked. So, things to do to work on this chakra is, again, those new hobbies, doing something that makes you feel excited. Try painting, dancing, hiking, cooking, baking, singing. Any of these things. Yoga, again, yoga, meditation, journaling. This comes up in almost every single one of the chakras. Eating more yellow foods, wearing the color yellow more, spending more time in the sun, getting that vitamin D. Creating a morning ritual or a daily practice for yourself to incorporate some of these affirmations. Again, I can't recommend this enough. Doing a chakra balancing meditation each day, practicing with some of these stones. I will link in the show notes the 2 that are my go-tos. I have a 10-minute one and a 17-minute one. So I'll link both of those. They're YouTube videos that I like to use for my meditations. All right, so a couple affirmations for you here. I am ambitious. I feel calm and confident. I am capable. I honor myself. I am ready to make positive changes. I am manifesting positive outcomes in my life. Okay, and then your crystals that are associated with the sacral chakra. You have citrine, tiger's eye again is in this one, golden quartz, yellow calcite, yellow agate, amber, and yellow topaz. So if you got that balanced solar plexus, you will feel confident, self-motivated. You will feel grounded. You'll have some positive energy flowing. You'll be able to make decisions for your life by yourself. You will also be satisfied with your life and start to come to know your purpose in life. Next, we have the heart chakra. Heart chakra is associated with the color green or pink, depending what you're looking at. And this chakra is responsible for our compassion, joy, love for ourselves and others, our empathy, forgiveness, peace, generosity, gratitude, and our ability to trust in others. If you want to experience unconditional love, healthy boundaries, happiness, and depth in a relationship, a joyful life, you need to work on your heart chakra. Balancing this chakra, you're going to feel amazing in the flow and in love with your life because this heart chakra is connected to your heart. Of course, it makes perfect sense. So if your heart chakra is in alignment, you will accept the challenges and achieve the victories. This regulates your thymus, your heart, your lungs, your circulation, your hands, your shoulders, your breasts, and your upper back. So if your heart chakra is blocked or unbalanced, you may feel scared, fearful, unsatisfied, panicked, hateful, or you may just feel the fear of something and not really know what it is. An unbalanced heart chakra will turn your love into hatred. Physical symptoms with this chakra include lung and heart issues, a lower immune system, high or low blood pressure. You might have difficulty in breathing or problems in your respiratory system. The heart chakra can be blocked due to really many reasons, but the most common reason really is if a person has that negativity or hatred in their life. So you really want to do your best to avoid negative energy, avoiding negative people to help keep your heart chakra balanced. When your heart chakra is out of alignment, you may also feel upper back pain, asthma, shoulder pain, bitterness, jealousy, or fear of losing someone. So balancing this chakra, again, yoga, some affirmations, meditation, the color green, the color pink, really doing these practices because you want to feel more love in your life. I'm sure we all want to feel more love. So your affirmations for your heart chakra: I love myself. I love all the people around me. I forgive others and I forgive myself too. I feel so peaceful. I'm proud of who I am. I get positive motivation from my friends and family. And then your stones for the heart chakra. You have emerald. Emerald is actually really hard to find, but you have emerald, you have amazonite, malachite, green tourmaline, jade, green calcite, green kyanite, peridot, and rose quartz. My two favorites for this chakra are rose quartz and jade. Love that. I actually want to get a jade yoni egg next. My yoni egg right now is clear quartz, as you know. I do have a rose quartz wand, and I want to get a jade something. And actually, the website that I use, the chakras.com, for my crystal sex toys, they just sent me an email that the wand that I want for my sacral chakra, I can't think of what stone it is right now. I think it's sunstone. I'm not sure. It's their orange one. It is for the sacral chakra, though. I'm so excited. It just came off a back order. So I will be getting that very soon. Okay. Back to this. All right. So we're in towards the end here. So now we're in our throat chakra. This is associated with the color blue. This is obviously located right at the base of your throat. It plays an essential role in your communication, healthy internal dialogue, boundaries, willpower, emotions, thoughts, feelings, and expressing your decisions to others. Your throat chakra can actually have more of a masculine feel. This is you being able to explain your ideas, your views, or your opinions with others clearly and without the fear of, without really any fear, like such as thinking people are going to be wondering people are going to be wondering what it is that you're saying or judging you or things like that. When your throat chakra is balanced, you don't have that worry. The sacral chakra works closely with the throat chakra because the sacral chakra is responsible for your creativity, and the throat chakra helps you express those creative ideas to others. So your throat chakra is helping to regulate your thyroid, your throat, your mouth, teeth, jaw, neck, ears, arms, bronchial tubes and upper lungs, your shoulders, and your tongue. So if you're experiencing, if you're having an unbalanced throat chakra, you might face various issues in your throat, or even like pain in the neck, shoulders, pain in your jaw, locked jaw, or just tension really in the jaw, sore throats, thyroid problems, or you may have problems with your gums, your ears, your upper respiratory system, even your nose. You might feel shy, socially anxious, insecure, and will not speak the truth or express your personal views because you're fearful again about other people's opinion of you. People that have unbalanced throat chakras are typically very, very critical of themselves too. So, it is important, just as all the chakras, that we are doing the things, we are just making ourselves better flowing people. So doing things associated with the color blue, being outside, being near air, wearing a necklace with the blue crystals that I'm going to mention. That way that stone is close to your throat chakra. This can help you relieve your stress and help you feel relaxed. Your affirmations for this chakra: my words are valuable. I will speak the truth effectively. People value my decision. I am peaceful, patient, and calm. I speak with clarity and confidence. I respect my thoughts and will share them with others without any fear. And then your stones for the throat chakra, again, blue stones primarily. So you have turquoise, aquamarine, blue kyanite, celestite, iolite, sodalite, blue lace agate, blue sapphire, amazonite, lapis lazuli, and I think that's all of them. That's all the ones that I can think of. So my two favorites here are lapis lazuli. I love lapis lazuli, and also turquoise. Turquoise is just so pretty. So when you have a balanced throat chakra, you can express your thoughts and your views really about anything. You can also easily share any idea without the fear or judgment being present. You're not going to worry about what everybody else is thinking of you. Whether they like it or not, you're going to share what you want to share freely. When your throat chakra is balanced, you communicate well with others, and really they're going to respect your opinions because you're going to do this with confidence. All right, last two chakras here. We're in our sixth chakra now, which is our third eye. This is again right between the center of your eyes. This is your center for intuition. So we got some Doctor Strange vibes coming through with your third eye chakra. That's what it always reminds me of, third eye. All right. So when you have good access to your third eye, you generally make good decisions in life because you're able to access your higher wisdom. This is symbolized with the colors of dark blue, or like an indigo color. Your third eye chakra has a lot of feminine energy. We can say that the third eye is not about the physical, but rather stimulates your energy to give you clarity about dimensions beyond our world. So yeah, this this chakra is really, really like woo woo woo. So connected with your intuition allows you to be able to just see things clearly when your third eye is balanced. So you're no longer going to be able to see the world right through wrong, black and white, but you're able to see beyond that duality and really see them for how they are. This also regulates your pituitary glands, your eyes, nose, sinuses, head, and face. If you have an unbalanced chakra, you feel like your intuition is blocked, or you just might feel stuck in a situation. No matter how you want to get out of that predicament, you just don't know what decision to make or where you should go next. So if it seems like your vision is blocked, or you can't figure out even like a plan for your future, then your third eye chakra is likely unbalanced. So you will feel some mental, physiological, spiritual, and emotional problems if your third eye is out of alignment. You might experience headaches or nightmares, overthinking, concentrating issues, sleep disturbance, or may even feel lost. By balancing this chakra, you will see the world according to your beliefs and your spiritual intuition. So this is really, again, responsible for the human concentration, clarity, imagination, universal connection, and again, your spiritualness, essentially. This can be blocked for many reasons, such as burdens of the past, expectations from others, impatience, and it can also be blocked if you're having negative thoughts that are, again, blocking your visions, getting those judgments blocking you, getting in your way. So, getting a good night's sleep, meditating, good diet, specific herbs, affirmations, gemstones, oils, all of these are going to be good for your third eye chakra. When I say diet, basically eating those blue and purple foods like blueberries, red onions, red grapes, cabbage, eggplant, blackberry, things like that, to make sure that you're just bringing in that color. And then some herbs like thyme, mint, dill, juniper, poppy seed, rosemary. These are all good for your third eye chakra. All right, then you have your affirmations for this chakra. I see clarity in all things. I follow and trust my intuition. I'm connected with the universe. The universe protects me. I open myself to know the deepest wisdom. I can manifest positivity in my life. I am wise. I am connected to my inner guidance. My positive imagination is powerful. And your crystals for your third eye. You have sodalite, azurite, lapis lazuli, amethyst, fluorite, lepidolite, tanzanite, clear quartz, star sapphire, and kyanite. My favorites for this chakra are lepidolite and amethyst. Love, love, love those two. All right, so when you have that balanced third eye, you will become an imaginative and intuitive person, and your thoughts are going to be more clear to you. You're going to be able to help better follow your dreams. You're going to have a healthier mindset. You're going to experience just a brighter vision of everything that's around you and have more clarity of the thoughts that are coming up for you. Your emotions are going to feel better balanced. You're going to be able to make better decisions for yourself, and others are going to see that. You're really going to be able to take your future to that next level. All right, and our final chakra we have here is our crown chakra. The crown chakra is the most spiritual in nature of all of the 7 chakras. It's located right at the top of our head. It shows and acts as our center of spirit, enlightenment, wisdom, universal consciousness, and our connection to higher guidance. We also consider it to be our highest potential chakra. It helps us in communicating with the universe, with that higher power. It helps us provide direction. It also allows us to live a spiritually healthy life. So people that have I'll get into that in a minute, but it's really important, basically, especially if you're on a spiritual journey, it's really important that your crown chakra is open and balanced and flowing good. It helps you with your inspiration, your devotions, union with the higher self and the divine. It helps you have a deeper understanding. Through this chakra, people are connected to the oneness of everything. It allows us to experience unity and universal connectedness. It is associated with thought and silence. This also helps regulate our skull and our brain. So, a person that has an unbalanced chakra, they might just feel basically like this unwillingness to be open to other ideas or thoughts or knowledges. Like they are adamant on it has to be this way, and they're not really open to hearing other perspectives or opinions about things. When the crown chakra is unbalanced, signs like psychosis, dissociation from the body, being disconnected and ungrounded may also appear. Some symptoms that might arise: rigid thoughts, analysis paralysis, constant fear of alienation. When this chakra is out of balance, many times it can be from a lack of guidance and communication. If you do not have a good, healthy spiritual life, you may end up with blockage in this area. So when it is unbalanced, again, you're not trusting in your inner guidance. Those symptoms might include physically asthma, upper back, shoulder problems, arm, wrist pain, over loving to the point of suffocation, jealousy, bitterness, right? All these things if this thing is blocked. You may also have fears or feelings of being alone all the time. gosh, again, just so sad if somebody's experiencing these things. Their crown chakra is blocked. Probably all the other ones are also going to be blocked. So getting in that meditation, it's such a spiritual tool. It's an oldie but goodie. It is so effective. Bringing in those breathing techniques, the mantras, the colorful visualizations, essential oils, cleanliness, even educating yourself, opening your mind, stop overthinking things, doing some energy work, going to see a Reiki practitioner, for instance, which is funny because if somebody has a blocked crown, they probably hear Reiki and think, what the fuck ever. So your affirmations for this chakra: I am receiving the new ideas. I will live in a present moment. I am connected to my inner wisdom. I am connected to all. I am receiving the light to do positive things. I am opening myself to receive spiritual guidance. So the stones that are associated with your chakra are really some of the most potent and powerful and popular stones. So these can again be used during meditation to help open up your mind, your body, and your soul to those higher realms. You can use them to stimulate your crown chakra as you sleep, or even when you're traveling. They can be used to balance your emotions and bring that peace and calmness into your life, giving you relief of that stress and anxiety that may be present. So your crystals for this chakra are lepidolite, amethyst, indigo, gabbro, selenite, moonstone, labradorite, white topaz. All of these. What else? White agate, clear quartz, rutilated quartz. I think that's all the ones that are coming to my mind right now. But yeah, all of these stones, again, like very, 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 very popular stones. I love selenite. I have tons of selenite sticks all over the place here. And again, amethyst and lepidolite are two of my favorites for this chakra. So when you have that balanced crown chakra, all is well in the world. You'll have wisdom, you'll have self-awareness. This is going to allow you to feel connected to the others as a part of the universe. This is considered to be the meeting point between your physical body and your universal soul. So this helps you embrace gratitude for your life. The crown chakra is regarded as a center of enlightenment and awareness. So when this chakra is balanced, it brings serenity, joy, and profound peace to your life. After balancing your crown chakra, you will likely have those noticeable changes in your habits and your attitude, and your self is no longer the slave to your ego. This is a complete rejection of the negative thoughts and bringing more happiness and less stress into your life. So that was quite an intense review, actually, of the chakras and some crystals and things to use to pay attention to each of these chakras. Again, make sure you tune into next week's episode with Maria, where we focus specifically on the sacral chakra. But I'm really excited. I wanted to do this episode for you first so that you had kind of a prep work essentially before going into next week's episode. So when you listen to this podcast, I would love for you to share and tag me on social media. We're getting more and more downloads every single week, which is so exciting. So thank you so much for everybody that is listening. Please, again, share, tag, rate, and review the podcast on whatever platform you are listening to. That helps me be able to reach more and more people with this information and with this content. And again, very excited for this new program that I have rolling out in October that is going to bring this sacredness to the sex work that I do. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you're following me on Instagram. That's where I drop all the latest and greatest. And also, if you're not subscribed to my email list, make sure you go to rachelmean.com and get subscribed there as well, so you get my weekly newsletter, my vibe guide. I love my vibe guide. All right, y'all. Until next time, I will see you, and I cannot wait to hear your takeaways and what you've loved about this week's podcast. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. If you loved it, be sure to subscribe so you never miss a thing. And if you loved it so fucking much, be sure to leave a 5-star review. I'll see you next week, and until then, keep owning your sexual self.